grants will start at $200,000 for initiatives that will make tangible improvements to the lives of women and girls. And in announcing these grants, Michelle Bachelet, the Executive Director of UN Women, said at an event at the Commission of Status of Women meeting in New York last week, these investments are essential for women and also for the promotion of gender equality, democracy and inclusive economic growth. At this moment of historic change, we cannot afford to leave women out, she said. These plans will advance women's efforts to achieve greater economic and political equality during this time of transition. Since its creation in 2009, the Women's Fund has invested a total of $43 million in 40 countries around the world for projects working for gender equality. In 2012, UN Women's focus will be on further strengthening its offices and capacities at country level. These efforts will make a real difference to what UN Women is able to achieve working with women around the world. I mentioned that I was at the launch of the National Action Plan today. Encourage you to go on the web and download it. I'm sure copies will be available from the Office of Status of Women in Canberra. I'm sure they'll be around, but there was much excitement as this was launched by the Minister for Women, Julie Collins, today. It's been a collaborative effort. There's been a tremendous amount of action by NGOs to hold the government accountable to say we do need an action plan on women, peace and security. Several other countries have them. There are ways that they are working well. And there's been a lot of NGO participation and collaboration to contribute to what is in the plan. There was consultation with NGOs, and it is exciting to see that some of the feedback that UN Women Australia was also involved with WILF and other NGOs, that has been taken notice of by the government, and it is included. So that things like monitoring and evaluation, like the similar to the CEDAW process, that a shadow report will be part of that monitoring and evaluating the plan. That's all there, so we're excited about that. However, I just want to say that in her message for International Women's Day, Michelle Bachelet, the Executive Director of UN Women, has stated that she has a real sense of mission that drives her and millions of people around the world to pursue justice and inclusion. Looking back at the first year of UN Women, Ms Bachelet applauds every individual, government and organisation working for women's empowerment and gender equality, and she promises the highest commitment to moving forward. The creation of UN Women has coincided with deep changes in our world, from rising protests against inequality to uprisings for freedom and democracy in the Arab world. And yet, women around the world still face some of the worst inequities in access to social services and land and other productive assets. This deprives them and the world of the realisation of their full potential, which brings me to my main point today. No enduring solution to the major changes of our day, from climate change to political and economic stability, can be solved without the full empowerment and participation of the world's women. We can simply no longer afford to leave women out. At a breakfast yesterday, the ABC reporter Sally Sarah made a strong point about including men and boys in the challenge of achieving respect and equality for women throughout the world. Really, the sentence which I think encapsulates it all is, the time is now. Every human being has the right to live in peace and dignity. Every human being has the right to shape their future and the future of their country. Today, on International Women's Day, let us reaffirm our commitment to women's rights and move forward with courage and determination. Let us defend human rights, the inherent dignity and worth of the human person, and the equal rights of men and women. So it's with great pleasure that I declare this seminar open. I congratulate the UN Association New South Wales branch on their initiative in holding this seminar, and I look forward to the rest of the program today. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. Now before I invite Professor Leslie Campbell to speak, I also want to acknowledge that Professor Berit Heitman is here, a co-researcher